Disney's Illusion Island is a classic Metroidvania-style side-scroller game. It can be played as both single-player and multiplayer, and you are able to choose from 4 characters, including Mickey, Minnie, Donald, and Goofy. The story starts out with all 4 characters receiving invitations to a picnic. However, when they all show up, there is no picnic. Instead, Toku, the leader of the Hokins, reveals that he was the one that sent them the invitations in hopes that our animated heroes could help save them and their world of Monoth by gathering certain artifacts that had been stolen.
What happens when the books aren't on the shelf?
Ah, great calamity will befall our world, and 1,000 evils will rain down untold suffering and misery!
That's it! For me, that's a Tuesday.
The reason Toku invited the 4 heroes is because he and the members of his community have seen the animated exploits of Mickey, Minnie, Donald, and Goofy on television, and they assumed that those stories were real. So the plot is something similar to the movie Three Amigos.
The Three Amigos!
However, rather than tell Toku the truth, our 4 heroes accept the challenge, some of them a little more begrudgingly than the others.
Donald?
Oh no! Why should I do it?
We can reward you handsomely.
What? Because I'm a hero, that's why!
We'll do it, Toku.
Oh, wonderful!
Some of the things I enjoy about this game include the animation, the smooth controls, some of the jokes and humor, and the fact that unlike many other side-scrollers, this has a multiplayer option, which could be fun for the whole family. Now, some of the things that I think are okay, but could maybe use some improvement, include the music and the story. After playing other certain side-scroller games like Guacamelee 2 and Cuphead, I felt that the music in this game was a little less engaging, and didn't really get me as excited to play this game as some of those other titles. Also, I didn't find the story that compelling. While it is kind of cute and humorous, there wasn't really a lot of backstory to who Toku or the Hokins are, or why we should care about them, or jump into this cause. And there isn't really a lot of backstory about their world, so when you start playing the game, you may not feel that attached to it. It also, disappointingly, doesn't really draw on a lot of things that I've seen in Disney and Mickey animations. So if you were hoping for something that does a lot of throwbacks to the old cartoons or even new cartoons, there isn't really a lot in there that hits you in the feels or gets that nostalgia going. At least it didn't for me. Some other things that I was kind of disappointed about was that unlike Mario, Metroid, Sonic, Cuphead, Guacamelee, and a lot of other fun and engaging side-scrollers, you don't get to fight any of the bad guys. And now I know Disney did this on purpose to make it a family-friendly, all-ages type of game, but for me that just took some of the fun out of it. Now one thing that kind of bothered me a little bit, and this is more of just a personal thing, was all the gross and kind of off-putting squishy sounds. Now I know they do add a little bit of depth to some of the levels and moving around, and they're supposed to help you feel like you are in and a part of this world, but they're just kind of gross. But I'm also not a big fan of a lot of those ASMR videos. So if you are, then maybe these sounds will be more appealing to you, but to me, they're just kind of gross. Another thing that was a little bit confusing was, again, I didn't see any enemies from any of the classic Mickey, Minnie, Donald, or Goofy cartoons or movies. Rather, it was an odd assortment of plants and made-up animals. For instance, why is a cactus a bad guy? And what about those Venus flytraps? Now one thing that you may like or not like about this game is the fact that for the most part it's pretty easy, or at least has a moderate difficulty level. While the challenges were a little challenging, they were not too crazy. And also I wasn't that worried about dying because there are a million start points and checkpoints, and you have an unlimited amount of continues. So unlike some of the older Nintendo games like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, where you only have like 3 or 4 continues, knowing Knowing that I had an unlimited amount of continues meant that I didn't really have to be that worried or careful, because I could just start again relatively close to where I was. But if you are a younger player, or you are a parent with kids who are playing this game, that might be a plus, because you're not worried about the kids getting out early in the game and not being able to beat it. Pretty much anyone from grade school on up can take this game and play it for hours and continue through the story and possibly even beat it. Now, one thing I felt that was lacking from the gameplay was any sense of urgency. The game just kind of goes on and you can play at your own pace, trying to get through the levels, but there's no time limit, the music doesn't speed up, there's no bad guys chasing you, or anything compelling you to run or go faster. And so on the one hand, it is nice that you can play at a relaxed pace, but on the other hand, there's just nothing moving you along like there is in some other games. And that kind of left me with a lackluster feel in the gameplay. Also, as I mentioned before, I wish the music was a little more motivating and exciting and drove the gameplay along a little better. It is a nice, soothing background soundtrack, but it just doesn't get the blood pumping, and I don't think I will remember it, or that 20 years down the road it'll leave nostalgic feelings like the Super Mario or Ninja Turtles theme music. And one other small detail, and this might just be a me thing, but I wish the characters actually spoke when there was dialogue, instead of just making noises like or oh.
Oh.
Huh.
But I get that that would require Disney to pay voice actors more money to actually speak the parts, and most people may not even care about that, so like I said, that may just be a me thing. Anyways, overall, this is a cute, easy to moderate game with a multiplayer option which could be good for kids or the whole family, so it's not a bad game. I just didn't find it as exciting as a lot of other games. Now, if it was the only side scroller on the market, I could play it and be happy with it and have fun. But given all the other incredible options out there and competitors for my time, I don't know that after playing the first couple levels that I even really want to finish it. I might do it just to do it, but after playing for a couple hours, I feel like I may have got the full experience of the game. And given the opportunity to play this game versus Cuphead, Mega Man, Mario, or a lot of the other games out there, I would rather use my time to play the other games, which I think are more fun and might have a better payoff at the end. But anyways, that is my opinion and my review. Let me know what you guys think. Feel free to leave your comments, questions, or your own reviews down below. And let me know if this review was helpful to any of you that may have been on the fence about getting this game. Anyways, thank you all for your time. I hope you have a wonderful day. Feel free to like and subscribe, that would help the channel out a bunch and would enable me to do more reviews for you in the future. But I am signing off now. I hope you all have a wonderful day.